All right, real life.
Kahalal, La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. All right, double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, who we learn the truth from, who rule well, and salutations unto you brothers and you few sisters that take heed. Okay, we're going live with the brothers. We have all the brothers here. You know, we're gonna go into the new world, basically about the new world that's coming for Israel. You know, because there's a transition of worlds that's coming. You know, like when we went in Gabar and we went into the different meaning of the word world, right? Because you have
All right.
different meanings. You know, so the world that's coming, the world that is right now is being ruled by who? Esau, right? The so-called white man. You know, it's quite evident, man. You know, if you don't believe that, then you gotta do more research. You know, you gotta get your head checked. But
Con.
for the people that do know, right, this kingdom is ruled by what they call an oligarchy. You know, which is a few men at the top. You know, the different families, the Rothschilds, the Gettys, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, right, and their different bloodlines, and they're ruling right now. But there's a new power that's coming to this planet, man. You know, so we're gonna start with this, and the brothers can break it down. This is Second Ezra's 6 and 7, and it says, "Then answered I, and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?"
Yeah, and so this is Ezra's asking the archangel Ariel, when is the powers that be out of the way, and the kingdom of heaven is set up for Israel. So these are questions he's asking the angel.
Right? It says, verse 8, "And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau."
Yeah, so this is a prophecy going all the way back to Genesis, meaning that this had to play out. If we can just quickly go to Genesis, just so you guys can get a detail of what the Lord's talking about. Go to Genesis. It's Genesis 25. I'll start at verse 20. I'll start verse 23. Slovakia. Genesis 25 and 23, and it says, "And the Lord said unto her, Two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. When he delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau." So the prophecy was that the elder was going to serve the younger. Now we all know Esau came out first. So what the Mosai is basically saying that Esau is going to be that parable in Numbers, right? Amalek was the first of the nation, so Esau was the first, and then through Jacob he's going to get pulled down, and he's going to go back to his rightful place, which is servitude. Okay, that's the new world to come. Because right now in this current world, Jake ain't ruling. Jake isn't making the laws. Jake ain't making borders. Jake ain't controlling currency. So guess what? That's the world of Esau. Esau's is are upon all the money, man. All the world leading currencies like the euro, the dollar, stuff like that. You have Esau's face on it. Jake's face on it. So what the Most High is saying that in the world to come, Jacob's going to be the next ruling power, not Moab. Right now, these
I got
nations
precept,
out
up.
here, Khan.
This is Ecclesiastes 10:7. I have seen servants upon horses, and princes walking their servants upon the earth.
Yeah, Khan, because the servants are on horses, meaning they have the power, man. Okay, they're the ones leading the princes, the real princes of the earth. Salakia, will you say something?
Nah, I was coughing out. You got it.
Khan, leading the real princes of the earth into chains, man, as slaves, man. Okay, making them build up their cities, making them doing the hard labor. Okay, while these elites just force their way upon the people and gain the riches. That's what the scripture is all about. Basically, this is what this world is all about. The Most High is showing you that this current world that we live in, okay, which is our hell, can be done away with, and the kingdom of heaven is going to be established, and this is going to be the new world. And guess what comes with this new world, man? New views, a new mindset, new rulers, new clean fresh water, new clean fresh air, new animals, new trees, man. A new a world of sense, really. All right.
Come.
We can go
Yeah,
back.
and the horse represents power, man. You know, if you go to the Royal, I think the New York Museum, I believe it's called the Royal New York Museum, if I'm not mistaken. But in front of it, you see a statue of Roosevelt. He's on a horse, and
Con.
he has in his hand chains. On the one side is a Jake, on the next side is a Garay, so-called Native American. You know,
Con.
and that represents rulership. That's the scripture the brother just read, man. You know, that's prophecy right there. That they're showing you tokens, signs. You know that they're ruling over you. You know.
Hey, and to add what you said, we didn't. That wasn't a choice we made. The Lord put us. The Lord put us in that situation because us being disobedient, man.
Right. The scriptures say,
Con, you got it out, my bad.
that's like Isaiah 42, who gave Jacob for a spoil? Was it not the Lord?
That's right.
You know? The Heavenly Father put us in this predicament, man.
That's right. All what? To fulfill prophecy. And to be honest, to even give Esau his blessing.
That's right.
Really, man. Like, you really don't understand. Like, the Most High is really deep. He punished us. He punished us for us going off, but ultimately it was for Esau.
It's like
Kingdom set up. That's the whole thing to get the ball rolling. Because if we serve him, right, then in righteousness, technically he wouldn't be serving us, man. We had to get the low down, get his kingdom set up, so it's like it's set up righteously the way he planned it to be set up. Okay?
Come. I got a quick precept. Just to show that like when Yahushua was in the scene, he couldn't take that kingdom because he understood order. And us understanding order represents, you know, it's a show of humility to say, you know what, it's your rulership right now, you know, like the Heavenly Father gave him a time to rule too. We got to also go along with it and let him rule the way he wants to rule. And when it's our turn, then that's when we can bring forth, you know, that power. But this is an example of Esau ruling and the Lord saying, yo, let him rule, man, let him do his thing. This is Matthew 22 and 18. But Yahweh perceived their wickedness and said, why tempt ye me, ye hypocrites? Show me the tribute money. And they brought unto him a penny. And he said unto them, whose is this image and superscription? They said unto him, Caesar's. Then said he unto them, render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's, and unto the Most High Yahweh the things that are Yahweh's.
And that's a
we gotta let Esau rule, man.
Yeah, that's a beautiful scripture, because basically what the Most High is saying, that you're gonna have to stay in this captivity for a time. So do what you gotta do to survive. Do what you gotta do to have a roof over your head and sleep. But at the end, just visualize that true tennis coming, you know, just to do the work and endure to the end. Okay, give the Lord his due and his respect that he set up his kingdom. Give the Lord due that what he's doing, and trust and have faith that what he's doing is ultimately is to set up us on high. Okay,
that's right.
For the moment, pay the man, pay Esau his wicked dudes, because his end is destruction anyway. Give him the desires that he wants, man. All right.
Yeah, but to go against the rulership is to go against the Most High, because the Most High sets up the people, man. So
that's right.
So that's why in Romans 13:1 it says, be subject to the higher powers.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. That's right.
So brother saying you have to maneuver in the society, man, to the best of your ability.
And it's a suffering. The way we maneuver in the society, it's a state of suffering, man.
And that's what the Lord said, be wise as serpents, harmless as doves. Right? So I got the last verse in 2nd Ezra 6:10 or 6:9. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Right, and a lot of people that are simple and read this, they'll really think that means the end of the whole earth, man. Rulership left, there's gonna be no earth left, you know. But ultimately, that's really an age. You know, it's the end of one age and the beginning of a new age, which is going to be the heavenly golden age, man, the God age. We can say the God age, because we're going to actually God form, man, God level. All right, and this is the thing that Esau's been trying to prevent for 500 years plus. Right? So he doesn't want his world to end. He doesn't want his carnal world to end because guess what? He has power over puts them in subjection. It puts us on the God level. It's able to be, inhabiting other planets. We're gonna have power over elements. We're gonna be with Yahweh Shai. Hey, there's wine that Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai has prepared for us that we've never even touched yet, man. There's so much pleasant things in the world to come that we couldn't even imagine.
I got this. This is a precept just to prove what you said that the world is not going to end, or the complete world, like it's not going to be destroyed, right? This is Ecclesiastes 1:4. One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever.
That's right. So when Esau's rule passes away, the earth is still going to be here. Then when the nuclear destruction happens and these missiles are shot through the end of the earth is still going to survive. Okay, because the only thing that's really being established here and what people need to get the point across is America won't last forever. This way of life won't last forever. America has tricked you into not wanting the kingdom of heaven, thinking that the kingdom of heaven is already here. That's why a lot of you love America so much. And for you guys to say you guys can't wait to be in the kingdom of heaven or whatever, at the same time you don't want the most evilest place to perish. You want the best of both worlds. You want the kingdom of heaven.
Hey, quick piece of this.
Yeah, go ahead.
If anyone got
Go
anything.
ahead.
This is second Ezra 11, and I'll just go straight to the point. 44. So the highest also had looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled.
You bring it down.
That's right.
Yeah. Basically, like the brother's saying, there's different time periods, right? So you had your the Most High goes by decades, man. You had your Roaring 20s. Esau was living good in the Roaring 20s, man. And Jake was living good too. Jake in some states, Jake had what they call Black Wall Street, and then but 1929 you had an orchestrated Great Depression, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, in what was it, 33, they established the Federal Reserve, which was a foreign entity, and then they took the dollar off the gold reserve, man, off the gold standard. And then that was a bad time in America. Edomites were killing themselves. They were jumping off buildings. They lost everything. With Roaring 20s, Roaring 20s was basically you put that they had a lot of new things coming out, like washing machines and different cars and like big hip stuff.
Yeah,
but
industrial revolution.
That's right. Yep, that's right.
Thanks to Jake.
You had Ford, right? And a lot of the tires that he got, right? The rubber they used was from the genocide in the Amazon rainforest by the natives down there. They were actually enslaving them and making them I think it was trees, right? They were chopping down the trees and they were getting the sap or something like that.
The rubber tree.
The rubber tree boom down there. And they were straight killing them down there. But it caused, like the brother said, the Industrial Revolution, which these Edomites got to pay for that. But they would put down money on it and they would pay it off. That was a new thing. It was known as the Roaring 20s. A lot of parties, a lot of good shit happening. For Edomites basically. Then that day came and.
Oh, my bad.
No, go ahead.
Add to that, Esau's so-called army. America was at the height of his being a big bully at that time.
Yeah, Khan, yep. Yeah, they just came out of World War I, right? So,
yeah,
man, it goes by times. And then the 40s was good, man. 40s and 50s and 60s, and then 69 is when he like the scripture says, he went up into heaven, man. Right, and then from then, he started to bring me down. And then after the 60s, man, or the 70s, really, Esau started going down, man. It was all downhill from there. You didn't have those times. In the 80s, you had different recessions and different things happening. In the 90s, 2008, you had it. And now it's going to be a complete burst, man. It's gonna completely crash. you know, because it was designed to crash. And we're good, and we're happy because of that. It's happy time, man.
No bomb, maybe heal,
You know?
huh?
Yeah. That's why, right? And in verse 46, last verse, it says that all the earth may be refreshed. Or selected. Like in verse 45. And therefore appear no more thou evil, nor that horrible wings, nor that wicked feathers, nor that malicious heads, that all the earth may be refreshed and may return, being delivered from thy violence, and that she may hope for the judgment and mercy of him their neighbor. You see that in that time, man, you're going to have the earth being refreshed. The earth is going to be refreshed. It's going to be revitalized. Because Esau's such a devil, he takes nutrients from the soil. He depletes the nutrients in the soil. You know?
To show you, but that comes to show you that Esau's a dumbass, man. The very thing that keeps, you know, the land from actually getting all these earthquakes is really the oil, man, because it's tectonic plates shifting back and forth causing all these earthquakes. So this man's sucking the oil out of the earth, basically it's blood dry, and then it's scraping and causing earthquakes. So he's creating his own disasters, man. All right.
Yeah, fracking, right? That's what they call it.
Yeah.
That's
It's big up there in you know, Manitoba and Alberta. You know?
yeah, in Alberta, yeah, hydraulic fracking, man. This devil pumps water and all types of carcinogens into the earth and causes. He's trying to get gas out of rocks. All right.
You said it's called fracking, right?
Con.
Oh, okay, con.
He puts so much pressure in the earth that he's trying to get natural gas out the rocks and the crevices of the earth. Like this nigga's searching for that hid treasure to him, but he's crazy, man. You know? He's a madman.
All because he doesn't want to provide sources of electricity and natural solar energies, because he doesn't make money off of that. Because then people can say, look, you're using natural energy, you can't charge us for it. But he can charge for the oil. Why? Because he actually has to go and export it. He has to actually do the work to get it moved. You don't have to do the work to move solar energy, electricity. How can you gather? You can't gather that type of stuff.
Whatever Esau's got, nothing's sustainable. Everything has an end.
God. You guys can continue.
Look at this, right? This is just I just typed in impacts of fracking, right? And then it brought up air pollution. So it says the NOAA, which is an organization, scientists found the Weld County gas well to be equal to the carbon emissions of 1 to 3 million cars.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh, and you can you can read. There's a lot of stuff on here, but water, like the brother said, water pollution, contamination of water. You know, so the earth's got to be refreshed, man.
I got a precept. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, which says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And a great sign of that is that you got that, like brothers went into, hydraulic fracking, and we're already entering a water crisis, and Esau's he's destroying the earth, the water that we need to exist in the earth, man. He puts profit over people and over life itself. He's a real, like the scriptures say, children of their oppressors. He's a damn fool, man.
That's right.
Right? It said, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn, and that's what's going on in the world right now. People are mourning. Jake's out there in South and Central America. They're left to oil fields that are destroyed, all the vegetation out there, man. And Esau doesn't do anything to, contribute to any solving the issues out there. You know, these are voices that never get heard, really. You know.
Okay.
And that's it.
Hey, can I bring out the definition, etymology of mad real quick?
Okay.
foolish, extremely stupid, rendered insane to make insane and foolish, man, and that's his white man.
Yeah, he's that's going back to Job 38, where it says that they were children, fools, children, base men, man. Because everything Esau does is really to destruction or to harm something. You know, if this world really to continue and the Most High establishing the kingdom of heaven, you know, there would be no people left. Hey, and
Hey, what's that
again,
scripture? There shall be no flesh saved.
Quran,
Matthew 24. If the time isn't shortened.
and you can feel it in the air. You can feel that the time's getting shorter and shorter. You know. Was that it?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, Con. I have this. Hold on. I have this quick precept. This is This is Ecclesiastes 3, and I'm gonna start at verse 5. It says a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get and a time to lose, and a time to keep and a time to cast away. And America had its time to get, man. Like the brother said, the roaring 20s, you know, even all the way you can say up to like the 50s, man, in a sense. Now it's time to lose. It's time for you guys to lose, man.
Yeah, it's like like the brother said, the 50s, and then you had the 60s in LA. All the ghettos that Jake is in now, like Compton, Watts, all the hoods, right? That was all Edomites, man.
Gone.
You know? And then you had Jake's moving in, and then there's a thing called the white flight.
The white flight.
Yeah, because all the Edomites, they left, man. They left, and then, you know, because they had Edomite gangs there fucking up Jake, you know, and if Jake cross into Watts or into the nice neighborhood, you know, the police would come, you know, fuck him up.
Come.
You know, like the brother saying, there's time. Hey, Mosai, he's the author of that, you know.
That's right. It says a time to keep and a time to cast away. And the Most High is bringing the time where he's about to cast it all away, man. You've fulfilled your. Hey, that goes back to someone can find it. Second Ezra, I believe it's 12, where it says thou fulfill my wicked deeds.
Oh, brother.
Hey, Shalom, Yabba Shemishah Brakatah.
Shalom.
Right. So Yabba Shemishah is starting to cast away America because guess what? You've fulfilled your evil works. All right, now it's time for Yahweh Shemashah to show his power, and with that power is going to be complete subjection. There's going to be no options for these people. It's either you're with the New World Order, which is the rule of Yahweh Shemashah, or you get laid down, man. That's the only thing that you have on the table. All right, and that's only the transition of power. It says a time to rend and a time to sue, a time to keep silent and a time to speak up. And didn't when we not silent, you know, until the 70s, these prophecies, you know, were silent. Okay, no one was speaking up against America. No one was breaking down these scriptures. No one was telling America is going to be destroyed.
Yeah, I got to back you up. One sec. This is second Ezra's 7 and 28. It says, "For my son Yahushua shall be revealed with those that be with him, and they that remain shall rejoice within 400 years. After these shall my son Mashiach die, and all men that have life, and the world shall be turned into the old silence 7 days, like as in the former judgments, so that no man shall remain."
Yeah. So at the end, you know, Yahweh Shemashah is gonna come bringing that light, which is what? The truth. All right. Everything was structured down in a time frame. The Most High has always broken down the rule and the fall of the empire through a time. The Most High, if you think a mathematician is on point, if you think a so-called genius is on point, wait until you get the dose of Yahweh Shemashah. He has everything down to a millisecond, even probably even a word that I don't even know in my mind that he has it down to. Okay, the Most High is perfect. So, with that, I'm gonna continue with this. A time to love, a time to hate, a time to war, and a time of peace. Now, right now, It's the time of hate, the time of war. World War III. Okay, you have uh, uh people, the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Okay, and for people who don't understand, Edomites against Edomites, you have the rise of Jake. All right, and that's all leading up to what? Ultimately, that rest for Jake, that peace for Jake, all of the kingdom for their sake. Hey, that goes back to let me get this real quick. Hebrews, fuck yeah, I think it's Hebrews 3. Bear with me. If anyone has a precept in the meantime, you can bring it on. Let me just look for this real quick. Okay, Khan, I got it. This is Hebrews chapter 4. I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, let us therefore fear, lest I promise being left us of entering into his rest. And what is that rest? Okay, the kingdom of heaven. It says, seem to come short of it. For unto us was the gospel preached, as the brother brought in the light through Yahushua, as well as unto them. But the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it, which is the 2/3. And that goes back to that second Ezra chapter 8, verse 1, where it says there be many that perish in this world, and a few will be saved, because 2/3 of our people don't want to enter in the rest. They don't want the kingdom of heaven. They think America is their kingdom of heaven, is their place where they get to live it up, where they get to experience new things and gain the world. They actually think that, and I think me and Jeremiah went into this, where they said they believe that them getting some kind of gift, cars, a mansion, is a blessing from the Most High, when really it's a curse. All right, so you think you're getting all the blessings from the Most High in its current state, but really you're getting set up for destruction. Okay,
Yeah.
especially these bitches, man. Because what did it say? A woman that lives in pleasure is dead while she liveth, man. All of you got this whole society is tuned to you. Okay, men worship you. And people, men will spend their check just to make sure you might please them in some sort of way, man. Okay, it says, for we which have believed do enter into rest, as he said, as I have sworn in my wrath. Now, what was the Most High's wrath, man? Slavery, being under this current mental slavery. Okay, that's part of his wrath, man. Us having to see the lowest of the low on top of us running shit. And you know what makes it even worse? Slack is just getting on me right now. What makes it even worse, Esau loves to gloat about it on TV, man. You have MTV Cribs. You know, he'll show where he goes on vacation and spot, and you see all this lavish stuff, man. That's also part of the Yahweh Shemashai's wrath. Why? Because he wants you to look at that and turn back and say, man, I can't see these guys living like this anymore. All right? It says, as I have sworn in my wrath, if they shall enter into my rest, although the works were finished from the foundation of the world. So the Most High already had this all planned out from the beginning. Okay, this coming in, us being shot down in the streets, us getting whipped, us suffering for what we did, man, and then ultimately the kingdom. All of this was found from the foundation of the earth, man. This rest.
Again, a precept.
Bring it all up.
This is Psalm 73 and 1. It says, truly the Most High is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet were almost gone, my steps had well nigh slipped. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked.
And yeah, doesn't that make you angry? You know, doesn't guys are doing wickedly, yet they're able to enjoy the fullness of the earth. Now the men in the know, we know that it's the rulership. They get to do that. You know, they get to go around the earth and see things that we don't get to see, experience things we don't get to see. But guess what? Us being Israelites, being the children of the Most High, we get 100 times more than that, even more than that. We're gonna experience. And you know what's gonna be even more beautiful about it? We get to see what they get to live like and all this stuff. They won't be able to see. Ain't gonna be no cameras. Then we're not gonna be gloating about it. They're just gonna hear hey, I heard they found this nice little planet out in wherever, but you'll never be able to actually see the beauty of that's what makes it even more amazing about the kingdom of heaven, man. You won't have all these cameras and pop into the poor, and the poor they're like, I wish I had that. You can't even, you won't be able to ever even think about it, man.
I got
It'll be,
precept.
but was that it for
Now,
you, yeah?
there's still a couple more verses, but
Nah,
if you got a quick
nah,
one, bring it up.
finish it off, huh?
Con. This is verse 4. It says, "For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued with other men."
Come on.
That's they're not in trouble like other men. That's because sentence against the evil work is not executed speedily. They've become so proud. You know, Psalms 50 says they believe that the Most High is like them. You know, thou believest I was one as such as thyself. These devils believe that the Most High, because he hasn't done anything yet, that he's down with it. He's cool with it. You know.
Okay, verse 6, it says, "Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covered them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish."
Yo,
Hey,
they go on.
no, you got it.
They have more than you could see. I know these some crackers who they got the nice car, they got the house, they ain't got to cook. Mother's always got something on the table,
Yeah.
cooking on the stove. They could go on vacation for as long as they want. And the thing is,
They eat brunch.
and they're self-destructive. That's what's messed. That's the thing about Esau. Esau is self-destructive. He could have it all good, everything going
Son of
smooth.
perdition.
So again,
Son of perdition.
that's right.
Correct.
The scriptures say he's malicious. Wisdom will not enter into a malicious soul. Because I see some of these Edomites, and there's a lot of Edomites that are cutting themselves now. I go to restaurants or a store, and I look on their wrists, and they're self-inflicting themselves. Like this is an epidemic, really. I don't know if y'all brothers have seen it, but I've seen a lot of that lately. That's the times that we're living in, man. Esau's never been chastised. He's literally chastising himself.
Verse 8, it says, verse 8, "They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily."
That's why Kanye West has jumped up and said some bullshit, because he's a puppet for the elites. He's saying, "Oh, you guys,
he's under MK Ultra, man. He's booked out.
We chose slavery, right?"
Is someone that follows him with a teacup, stirring a teacup.
That's right. Just dazed and confused, man.
Get out. Man's in the sunken place, man.
Kanye West, all these stars and everything, they have handlers, man.
Come.
Especially when they deal in like public speaking or saying things in the public eye, they have a handler, man.
Cool. That's crazy.
Got the quick precept. Ecclesiastes. You was down on that out?
Con.
It's Ecclesiastes 5:10. He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver, nor he that loveth abundance with increase. This is also vanity.
That's Habakkuk. He go out the whole world and take things that aren't his. He's not like Esau's already ruling, but he's got to go to your country and take what you got. Just because he can. Those kids in the on the field, those bullies that just think just because I can do it, I'm just gonna do it anyways.
Right.
That's Esau. He's just a big bully.
That's right. Hey, but Esau's one of those bullies. Have you seen those videos when the bully goes and bullies the wrong person and get his ass whooped? Those getting into, man. Esau's
That's right.
Bully Yahweh Shemir Shai to his children, and you're messing up, man. Because guess what, man? It's like he's the school ground and he's the principal. And he's coming out here and he's about to say you're about to be expelled from the school, man. You're on the earth causing havoc right now, right? And you think that you're gonna go so far, but lo and behold, the Most High is gonna put a monkey wrench in your plans, and you're not gonna like it. You're gonna go from riches to rags in a matter of seconds, man. Right?
I got a precept here, Akia. This is in the book of Psalms, chapter 7, verse 15. It says, He made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate. You know, and that's going into Esau, man. You know, like how, so-called white man, just like what the brother War was saying, he goes into, pretty much, these different countries, and conquers. He doesn't think that the Most High is going to get on him, man, for that, man. Okay, but the scripture says that, pretty much, he digged a pit and he's going to pretty much fall upon the pit that he made for himself, man. And that's exactly what's going to happen when the Lord Yahweh Shemashah returns. He's pretty much going to put, the so-called white man's devil, in his own place, man.
Right.
And where, he truly belongs, which is fucking pit, man. But it says right here, I will praise the Lord Yahweh according to his righteousness and will sing praise to the name of the Lord Yahweh Most High,
And that's what we're doing, because we're seeing the fall of the physically seeing the fall. Hey, can someone get me Babakar Shah Zephaniah 3, and I believe it's like the 19th verse, where it says, I shall turn thy captivity before thy eyes. We're seeing it. That's why we're giving all the praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. We're seeing it. I have the blue letter for the word pit real quick.
Page 953.
Bore, it means pit, well, cistern, and in the Strong's definition, a pit hole, especially one used as a cistern or a prison. Okay, so the same prison that you set up for us to keep us in bondage, you're starting to fall into that prison system as well, to the point where now you're starting to feel it. The elder out in GMS Chicago, he did a video on how now the Edomites are complaining about that bad credit. They can't get new cars. They're not eligible for loans now, and they're making a big deal out of it, because now they're starting to get on the level as Jake, because before they had nice credit, before they could go get brand new cars and get new loans and stuff. So now they're in their own prison, man. Their own prison system is effing them up.
He laid that's karma. Through the spirit, because the scriptures say it spoke about how he's covered the evil covetousness to his house, and how his children got to pay, because they are their forefathers. Man.
That's right.
Yeah, I got Zephaniah.
Okay, Khan.
2:19 or 3:19, right?
Yeah, 3:19.
It says, Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict you, and I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame.
Verse 20. Verse 20.
It says, At that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, said the Lord.
Right. So this wasn't going to be a mystery where after, Jake is all wiped out, some magically we're just going to come back into the kingdom. No, the Most High said that we're going to see the downfall of our enemy and our freedom before our own very eyes. Okay. So we're seeing this playing out, and it's going to happen within this lifetime. All right, we're going to see that Esau's kingdom completely demolished. Now, I did a video with Shemir, and there was this Edomite. He could be a Jake in spirit, I don't know, but he said he had a vision of him going above the firmament, and he saw America being destroyed, and all it was a pile of ashes. Okay, so the Most High is making everything known that this time that we're coming is very, very soon. Everybody's getting some sort of vision of the destruction of America, and why is that? Because the Most High is now showing the world that the end of this place is nigh, very nigh. And if you can't see it, then the Most High really has blinded you for your own destruction.
I got a precept.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Isaiah 29 and verse 5. It says, Moreover, the multitude of thy strangers shall shall be like small dust, and the multitude of the terrible ones shall be as chaff that passeth away. Yea, it shall be at an instant suddenly. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire, which is the thermonuclear destruction coming, man. You know, I was watching Terminator 2 the other day. You know, that's a good fucking movie, man.
That's right.
You know, because it talked about the war, man, the nuclear war. You know,
That's right.
Cause you know what? The woman who made that movie, Jake woman, she said she had a dream about that, and that's how she.
Yeah.
You know, so that's prophecy, man. What's that? Joel, for put dreams on your handmaids and your sons and your daughters.
That's right.
You know.
And you know, you got these fucking robots out here, man. And Esau's starting to fuck with this robot shit. And in the movie, they showed you the war with humans fighting robots was 2029. It was in LA. You know? And that's not too far off, man. You know, because if we went to that time, this place isn't destroyed, and it's still here, man. You have these machines rising up soon, man.
That's right.
You know.
Hey,
they already showed you all this shit.
In the movie in the Terminator 2, what was the AI's name called again? It's like Sky something. It was what?
It wasn't T-2000, was it?
No, it was something Sky whatever, but it comes to show you but it had a mainframe, like where it was creating all the Terminators.
Skynet.
And all that. Skynet.
Skynet.
Yeah, Skynet, man. You know, that's exactly what Esau's really trying to build, because don't they have in London like a supercomputer where it connects to all the countries in the world, it gathers all the data?
Well, they have the top computer is called the Beast.
The Beast, yep.
Where is it? In Sweden or Holland, one of those places?
Yeah,
somewhere up there.
Somewhere in Europe, man.
You know, it says verse 7, and the multitude of all the nations that fight against Ariel, which Ariel in Hebrew means the Lion of the Most High, which is just another name for Israel. It says even all that fight against her and her munition, and that distress her, shall be as a dream of a night vision.
So basically, the Lord's saying you're gonna be nothing.
Yep.
Hey, and sometimes you had dreams. It'd be hard to remember what happened. That's how Esau's going to disappear, like a dream,
That's right.
That's right.
Memory, man.
That's right.
Memory loss.
It says verse 8, it shall even be as when a hungry man dreameth. And behold, he eateth, but he awaketh, and his soul is empty.
Oh man, that's miserable, man. You had a dream. Oh man, that's good.
When a thirsty man dreameth, and behold, he drinketh, but he awaketh, and behold, he is faint.
That's bad.
And his soul hath appetite. So shall the multitude of all the nations be that fight against Mount Zion.
So there you go. So basically, you ruling is like yeah, you feel it, you got it, but then when reality hits, you know, and the new world is established, you're gonna be like, the fuck, like, did that even happen? Like, fuck, bro, I have no power. I have no say. That's how most guys put it, man. It's like nothing. You know, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, you had it nice. Great.
I'm gonna bring out that Ecclesiastes real quick, this Ecclesiastes 7 and 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit.
Break it down, all right.
You know, the end of this movie is going to be better than the beginning, man. Because in the beginning, you know, we were destined to go off, man, in a repetitive cycle. You know, it kept repeating itself. Israel get on top, then we disobey the Lord, then he shows us again and again and again that, hey, if you don't obey me, this is going to happen to you. But this is the last go round, man. This is the last time we ever going to be in captivity.
Can the scriptures say, like, Gabarba, you said you spoke about how quick it's gonna be. The scriptures say Yahushua saw Satan come down as lightning, man. So it's gonna be like it's gonna be just like that.
Yeah, and that's beautiful because lightning, right? When you see it, it really comes and goes, man. Gone. You see it quick and it's gone, man. Beautiful.
Hey, when
Anyone
he
ever?
saw me like, man, shit was all good just a week ago, man.
That's a classic. That's right. That's right.
But that's how you know.
I got a precept quickly here. This is the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 8. He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night.
Esau's gonna run. he will see the missiles coming, you know, and they're gonna be screaming and run just like them Hawaiians, right?
Yeah.
Yo, I wish I had a download of all the videos. Their last,
I wish I could have saved that somewhere, man.
their last videos they're putting out to their loved ones, and now they're all proud now, right? They forgot all about it,
Yep.
right? Just like the scriptures say, man.
Verse 9, it says, the eyes also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. No, that was it now.
That's the extinction of Esau, man.
Yep.
Eventually, when the kingdom's built up and we use them for what they, you know, the scriptures say, you know, he that lead in captivity shall go into captivity. They got to pay for what the things that they've done, you know, and eventually once all is said and done, we're gonna get rid of them, man. You know, because we can't have Edomites run around turning the kingdom into hell, you know. They can't be converted, man. The scriptures say
it'll be like Little Nicky.
That's old movie right there, Little Nicky, man.
That dude he brought hell on earth, man.
That's right. That's Esau right there, man. What
I had a precept though to thank up the brother, because you said you know, this whole thing from the beginning, right? It kept going in phases. You know, Israel would get on top and then fall. So this is Second Ezra 7 and 43. Because Ezra's, man, he was inquiring, man. He was inquiring with an archangel, Uriel. You know, he was asking deep questions because he wanted to know why are we in this predicament? And that was back then during the.
Is that the scripture when he checked him? Is that the scripture when the angel checked Ezra? Like he kept asking.
No.
He kept asking.
Yeah, there's another one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's a couple like those. Yeah, he checks them a couple times.
Okay.
But this is Second Ezra 7:43. It says, "But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past, intemperance is at an end, infidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown, and truth is sprung up."
Yeah, and that's again the kingdom of heaven. That's gonna be a beautiful world because right now you have to fight, you know, for truth to really go into these minds of the people, and even then they dwell upon lies. Like even things that are so evident, you know, straight to the point, they refuse to accept it. You know, you can't live in a world like this. That's why the world to come is gonna be so amazing because you're gonna have truth prospering out. You know, people are gonna look at it and actually, you know, come to grips with it instead of okay, like example, the Lord being a so-called black man. You can throw, you know, the copper, you can Google an image, you can do everything, and they'll still say he's white. Why? Because righteousness doesn't dwell here, man. Wickedness, deceit, mischief. That's what you have dealing in this place. You know, so the most I said, you know, when this place is done away with, you're gonna have people actually speaking the truth to one another. People are not gonna oppress one another, and I'm talking about the children of Israel, okay, our world. You know, and people are not going to rip people off. People are not going to tax people. People are not going to withhold wages and pay them every 2 weeks or every month. You know, none of that's going to be going back and forth. Okay, righteously where everyone's going to be happy. The scriptures even say that even the heathens are going to be happy when we rule. Okay, because they're going to, even though they're going to get the hardcore bondage, they're going to still get things done fairly onto them according to the scriptures.
Yep. Verse 45. It says, "Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor to oppress him that hath gotten the victory."
We read that one more time, Salakia.
It says, verse 45, "Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor to oppress him that hath gotten the victory."
Yeah, so at the end when Esau is brought low and we round them up and about to set them on a bonfire, what Savior's gonna come rescue them at the last second? You know, who's gonna come riding in a chariot and beam all these guys up, man? Who's gonna stop us? And then it just says who's gonna oppress us as girlfriend? Who's gonna be able to oppress us ever again? No one.
Con, and this is really going into the electoral, man. You know, because
Right.
it mentioned that they agreed in verse 43. So then when it tells you that the men of the Lord, they're going to be persecuted, man.
That's
You
right.
know, like when times get rough out here, you know, when it's going to be like the book of Eli days, you know, for the road,
Con.
right? You're going to have a lot of cities being shut off, man. Completely cut off. You can't enter that city. You know, it's going to be under martial law, where you're going to have the UN troops, right? Some cities are going to be wiped out by plagues, you know. Verse 46, it says, I answered then and said, this is my first and last saying. This is Ezra speaking. And that was the angel Uriel speaking. So it said that it had been better not to have given the earth unto Adam, or else when it was given him to have restrained him from sinning. For what profit is it for men now in this present time to live in heaviness and after death to look for punishment, which is going into reincarnation?
You know what's beautiful about that is what Ezra said. Like it shows you that we've like the brothers of today know exactly why these things occurred, but Ezra didn't know that at that time. But he's here today, and now he knows it.
Right.
You know that it was already set up in his spirit that Adam was to fall. All right, and this was going to be the whole movie of it. And the Heavenly Father likes drama, he likes tension. You know, we understand that today, man, and it's given onto his saints. You know.
And you know what's so beautiful about that I just thought in my mind? Just like in Yahushua's past life, right? Even when he had this description, he knew certain things, right? He didn't know the fullness until he came as Yahushua. So with that spirit is almost like the prophets. They wrote it down and everything, but now they understand it in this time. You know, so that's everything follows in its order. You know, Yahushua set it up, broke the seals. Now we, whoever those men are, the prophets back in those times now, they know the full story. They understand what they wrote, even though they don't remember their past life. Now they understand what they wrote.
That's looking into a glass clearly, you know.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Verse 48. It says, "Oh, thou Adam, what hast thou done? For though for though it was thou that had sinned, thou art not fallen alone, but we all that come of thee."
And that come of these the Israelites. Okay, we all fell. Okay, because the heathens weren't up there to fall in the first place.
And I'd like to add just real quick. Ezra was during the time of the captivity, and this was before Yahushua came on the scene. You know, so he really thought there was really no hope. Like really, there was no hope in his eyes. It's like we're messed up, man. You know, and throughout Yahushua, he sent his son because now we can. Now he loosed the seals, like the brother said, and there is hope, man.
That's right.
You know?
Right. Was that it?
You hear me?
Yeah, that was it.
That was it. So does anyone have any more precepts? We can close out with that. If anyone doesn't have anything else. That's it? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So with that, we're gonna say all praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Harakar, the honor of the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach you, who taught us the truth, who labor and sacrifice their life to push this truth, and also the sincere men around the four corners of the earth, the hope of elect the house of David. If you all work that listen, all right, Mawath Lababal, Shalom.
Shalom.
Yabba Shalom.